Hi, Flor, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning, teacher.
Okay. So we're gonna try to start a little bit fast. Today we're going to see the second tip for listening. Okay, remember the first one, it was listen for guests, no? Listen for the overall idea, the general idea, no? The first time we listen to something, when we have to understand it, the first time we should try to listen to the main idea, not the overall idea. The second exercise is listen for details. So the first time you listen for a general idea, no overall idea. The next time you listen to a resource or a piece of content, you have to listen for details. So you already understand what they are talking about, right? And the second time you're going to try to understand or listen for details, okay? So let me mark some important. This second time, you're going to pay more attention, so you're going to be more specific about what you're trying to understand, no? So like, remember I mentioned many times listening to TED Talks or TED ED or maybe presentations, well, anything that you would like to listen to, no? That might be that it will have some information or important information for you. You have to try to listen maybe to, for example, some arguments, no? Maybe some topics they're mentioning about, or maybe how they're making the point, or maybe characteristics of something. So you're gonna try to pay attention to different things, but you're going to be more specific, no? That's listening for details, all right? So why we do this? Because first you were trying to understand the general idea of something, no? And then understanding what they are talking about. The second time, we are trying to understand details, specific things, specific points, specific ideas, subtopics, etc. that they are mentioning. All right, so we're going from a general idea to something more specific. All right, so any questions? I'm sorry, Flora, I cannot hear you.
Teacher, no, I don't have question.
All right, great. So let's continue. So when we already know what they are talking about, no? And then we are trying to identify these details that might help you for something, maybe answering a question, maybe understand a specific information, no? It's important that the second time we try to pay attention to these details, all right? So again, no, the first time you listen, you have to listen for what? For the gist, not the general or the overall idea. The second time, you want to be able to pick up. Pick up is like recognize, no? Certain things. These certain things are details, no? That maybe you didn't understand very good the first time, all right?
Okay.
So that will be this first tip, or the second tip, sorry. Okay, so let's take a look to well, let's practice. All right, let's try to put this in practice. We were practicing like this last class, but let's practice a little bit more. All right, so let's take a look. Let's see, maybe we have time to see the next tip, but if not, it's fine. Let's see the exercise. All right. Is this one? I don't think we practiced this one before, but it's about checking checking in at the airport. So I'm sharing this with you through the chat. If you call open and share it, please. We're going to listen to the audio or video, short clip, and then we're going to fill the information. As you can see, you have many options here, no? And after that, we have to complete the conversation. So that's it. That's it. You have all the list of the words to complete here on the right, and that will be it. So remember, the first time you're listening to is to try to understand what they are talking about, not the overall. And the second time is to pay attention to details. Okay?
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, great. If you could share your screen, please. All right, excellent. Let's start. All right, great. So anything that wasn't understood the first time, You can listen to the second time. No?
Okay.
All right, let's continue. All right. Let's try to fill in the spaces with the list of the words that you have on the right. Right. Um, so most of the answers are correct. You just have a couple that are not correct. So you actually just fix one, be 25. Then I will say maybe we can review one more time and also fill up the spaces. You just have two mistakes. Let me check. Um, well, the last, the previous one to the last one, the flight is not depart. No, the flight depart at 5:30 p.m. almost at the end. That one is incorrect. And also in C, a little bit before this, it says, okay, here's a new boarding pass. That's also oh, so sorry. That one is correct. Oh, okay, yes. The boarding pass and your is not passport. You know what I mean? It says
Yes.
okay, that one is not correct. And then almost at the end in boards. And no, what is it?
The last this.
The one the one before that one. The one you said depart. Yes, that one is incorrect. Then the rest is correct. But we can maybe listen to one more time to look for details and fill
Okay.
the spaces that are missing. No?
Okay.
All right, great. All right. So everything else I think looks correct. You want to review the answers? All right. So why is that one incorrect? The first one, it wasn't just flying, it was flying. Where are you flying today? Then the next one was a boarding, no, sorry. Delayed, that one, yes. Your flight has been delayed with ed at the end. Mhm. And then it's now scheduled to depart. That was the correct word. Depart at 6 p.m. And then your next mistake, all the way down. It wasn't passport. It was baggage claim. It says, oh, here's a new boarding pass and your baggage claim. Then it goes, thanks. Go through, it was security. Security, and then the rest of the information was correct. So great job, sir. Very good job. All right, so now let me explain this other topic or tip to try to recognize and get better at listening. Okay, so the third tip is to try to listen for a style. It really depends on what type of audio you're listening to. Sometimes you're going to get formal or informal information or listening. No? It could be professional or casual. No? What is the difference? When you get formal, a formal listening, you are going to have more academic words, maybe. You might have more linking words, such as, let's see some examples, such as, let's say, first of all, secondly, therefore, however, etc. No? So usually informal or professional context, you're going to have more of these words and maybe more academic vocabulary and maybe very technical words or specific words that we don't always know them, but related to the context, know what they're talking about. So what you should do when you are listening, no? You have to try to recognize and try to make some of these questions. So you can go, let me mark it. You can go, oh, is the language that I'm hearing formal or informal, no? So pay attention to that. How can you recognize that? The words, the vocabulary, how they are talking, the language that they're listening is casual or is professional. You can also recognize that. So for instance, if you start to listen some of the words that I just listed, no? First of all, therefore, or you might have more academic vocabulary, well, it's obviously more professional, no? Try to recognize if when they speak, they sound like more like a presentation maybe, or maybe it's more relaxed. When it's more relaxed, usually they will use just casual vocabulary, no? They won't use very specific information. And where can you use this language, no? Is the language or vocabulary that you're listening to It's going to be used maybe at school, maybe at a regular conversation, or maybe you can listen to the, or maybe you can use this maybe in other contexts, no, maybe at work, or etc. No, then also you can think about what kind of person is using this specific vocabulary. If it sounds a little bit more professional, probably maybe a teacher can use it, maybe a presenter, or no, anyway. If you can recognize the words and then say, oh, maybe this can be used by, I don't know, my friend or someone that is not maybe in academic context, you can recognize, no, the style, of the conversation, audio, etc. No, formal or informal. Any questions so far, Flor?
No, teacher.
All right, great. So when we listen, try to pay attention to this, to the style. Is it formal or informal? Why it's important this? Because when we listen for this style, it's going to help you to be more aware. So you're going to maybe recognize the context better. Know if it's either formal or informal. And you will recognize, oh, maybe this information, it's more professional, or maybe no, maybe this is more for young people. So in my opinion, I will say when the information or the audio, etc., is informal or casual, it's easier to understand because they doesn't use too many difficult words or long words, no? And when we have like more like a maybe formal or professional context, maybe we will need to pay attention a little bit more to the information, no? So sometimes when we don't pay attention to this style, we might think that we are paying attention to information that you think it's important, but maybe we are taking it out of context. So it's very important, all right, to pay attention to this style. So also when we listen to this it could be presentation or maybe conversation, etc., we can also learn new words, no? So in that way, you can also use the words that you're going to recognize or learn, no? If it's for casual context or maybe a little bit more polite, no? Polite, it means a little bit more maybe formal, no? And well, it's important. No, it's important to try to recognize this. So let's practice one more time. All right. Do you have any questions so far, Fleur?
No, I don't.
Okay, great. Okay, so really quick. Let's practice. Okay, so now we're going to see this other listening. This one, it's about benefits of shopping. You can listen to the audio or the video. You have the information actually here. You don't need to listen to, no? But let's listen one more time to understand what they're talking about, and the second time for details. And then we have some questions down here. We just have to choose between the options. All right, depending on what you think it's correct or not. So let me share this through the chat so you can hear this. All right, so let's start. You could you share your screen, please, Bert? Excellent. Thank you very much. Let's listen. All right. So maybe now we can listen for details.
Okay.
All right. If you're done, we can listen to, we can answer to the questions. All right. So yeah. Number 9 was, I think number 2 is also incorrect, no? Maybe.
Number
Oh no. Oh, sorry. I made a mistake. Okay, yes, the last two. If you go back to number 9, It's advocates. It's talking about encouraging. It's encouraging. It's just for the context. No, but advocates usually means to maybe introduce something or something that is starting. No, it's a very flexible word. And in the last one, what is the third paragraph about? Not the last idea. It was about the previous one, no, the physical benefits of shopping. How a man and a woman, how long they walk, no? And they say that women walk more than guys when they are shopping. But that's basically it, not the difference and how important it's good not to walk while we shop because it will be a physical exercise. All right. Um, so thank you very much, Flor. I don't think we have time for the next um, link, tip. However, I would like to show you, and please let me know if I'm not correct. But today will be our fifth class, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So you haven't sent the homework for this other listening exercises that I shared with you, or maybe you did and I'm not getting the links, but I'm going to refresh the page. So please don't forget to work on this. No, the first one, this first exercise is about an interview about listening. It's a little bit more formal, probably. No, the second one, it's about a lecture. So the vocabulary will be a bit more formal, right? Or academic. And in the last one, we're going to see a conversation in a meeting between two colleagues. And probably the vocabulary that you're going to listen here is going to be a little bit more informal. All right. So always try to pay attention to that when we are listening to anything. So please don't forget to send your Kahoot. No, sorry, not Kahoot. Your Buckaroo audios. All right. So it will be missing November 16, 17, and 19. All right.
Okay.
All right. And I wanted to ask you one last thing, Fleur, before we finish. I'm traveling next week, so I'm not sure if we could have the class the 22nd and the 23rd and the 24th. Is that okay with you? So that will be our last 3 classes.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes.
All
It's
right,
okay.
awesome. Okay, so we will have classes Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So that will be it, Fleur. I don't know if you have any questions.
Um. The last homework
Uh-huh.
will be when we finish, right?
Exactly. Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to put them in advance. So if you want to, you can work on it before. So, but try to have it that day. But I will share all the links now. So, but that's
Okay.
up to you when you want to work. All right.
Okay.
All right. So thank you very much, Flor. That will be it for today. Let me run today's polls. Let me know if you don't see it, but you should see it now. Okay. Thank you very much, Flor. So I'll see you on Monday then. Have a great week.
Okay,
Bye, Flor.
teacher.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.